Cold steel Cobin, probably the most deadly knife in the collection now. Well, let's take a look at it. This is the Cobin, but it's not just the ordinary Cobin, but it is the full serrated model. Get it out of the sheath, and you can see the entire edge is serrated. Actually, not the Tanto tip, or not the Tanto portion of the blade, but the entire cutting edge is fully serrated. It's quite interesting and makes it just a deadly, deadly knife. The sheath it comes in is the Secure X sheath by Cold Steel, and you know, it works pretty well. A little bit of rattle, but nothing too crazy. There's a belt clip, and the belt clip is designed really for conceal carry, as if you're putting it on the right side to have the knife come out in a normal grip. You could actually be wearing this inside the waistband if you were using this as a concealed carry, which is really the intention of the knife, is to be, well, a self-defense knife or combat style knife. The Cobin is already meant to be that, but with the addition of the serrations, it's all business. Let's get the quick specs of the knife down. Aus 8 is the steel, 4.4 ounces with a 5.5 inch blade length, overall inch of just under 10 inches, 3.5 millimeter blade thickness, 4 3/8 inch Crayex handle. You can see on the back it's marked Cold Steel, made in Taiwan, Aus 8 stainless steel. The serrations are an interesting choice, and this one was on sale at the time, cheaper than the normal one, so I thought, hey, this is a pretty cool buy. But the Cold Steel Cobin is already made to be a deadly knife. It's really a fighting knife. It's not really a utility knife, let's just be honest here. The Cobin is designed to be a weapon, and that's pretty much its purpose. This knife is kind of a one-trick pony, and that is to be a weapon. And the design really is shows you the intention of that. You can see the handle there is super, super thin, and as well as the blade, it's decently thin. This makes for an interesting grip on the handle. It's a little bit thin and not the most comfortable. The knife is super light, so it's super quick in the hand. And also because of it being so thin, you can wear it really close to the body and it's not going to cause issues. But why serrations, right? Well, the idea behind a serrated blade is it just is going to make dirty, messy cuts. A straight edge that is incredibly sharp is going to cut easily and make really clean cuts. But serrations are just going to make messy, ripping cuts. And that's basically, you know, why they would be putting it a full serration on a fighting knife like this, is because, well, you know, on a slash, instead of just a clean cut, a slash is going to just be a devastating wound. And, you know, when you think about that, you're like, oh man, thinking about that serration, you know, hitting your like arm or something. Ouch. That's all I got to say is ouch. So guys, I want to just show you how effective these serrations actually can be. And to do that, I'm going to use two different knives here on this water bottle. Now this water bottle has a little bit thicker plastic than usual, and I've always found that the knives are a little bit hard to penetrate it. So these two knives here, this one is the SE4, and it is very sharp right now, but it's just a straight edge as compared to the Cobin's full serration. So I'm going to take a slash on it, on the water bottle, with both of the knives, and you will see the difference of how they work. So hopefully this works how I think it's going to work, to really show you the effectiveness of the serrations on a slash. So first up, the SE4, we'll just do a standard. It obviously did hit the top of the water bottle and create a little bit of a cut, but really there's not a whole lot of damage there. Now let's try the serrated Cobin now on it and see how different it is. As you can see, I feel like I didn't even hit that one as hard. and it made a huge wound compared to the SE4. Let's go lower again. You can see it just goes right through, no problem, creating a much bigger cut. And this is what I mean when I just say how effective these serrations are on a slash. The reason that works so well on that water bottle is because, well, the water bottle is a little bit hard plastic, and the straight edge of the Essie, though it is sharp, it kind of bounces off of the hard water bottle. It still does penetrate it, but it does bounce off. I've always noticed that with those types of water bottles. But the Cobin with these serrations, what the serrations allow you to do is just catch on one of the many edges on the serrations, and that starts the cut of the water bottle, and it just continues through the plastic. But that's kind of the idea behind the serrations there, which is going to also just make this specific style knife not really the best for other stuff like utility stuff, just using it as a normal knife. Although serrations are really good for cutting, you know, man-made material, fibrous material, rope, nylon, seat belt, you know, whatever that may be. The serrations actually are going to work really well against stuff like that. Something very interesting about this specific Cobin, the normal Cobin is just a straight edge the whole way. Same style with the Tanto tip, but this one, because serrations, if you ever look at a serrated knife, the serrations are chisel ground. And what that means, it's going to be beveled on one side, just like that. You can see the bevel down on that side, but on the other side, it's flat, right? There's no bevel. If you take a look at any serrated blade, you'll see that that's pretty much the case on how serrations are implemented on a knife. But because of that, the Tanto tip part is beveled on one side, but flat on the other, which is not typical, but because this is a full serrated blade, I think that they just continue that and then keep it flat on that side. I guarantee you on the normal Cobin, it's beveled on both sides. And I initially noticed that a few weeks ago when I looked at it, and I was like, the tip looks crooked. See that? It's not straight. And that's because it's only bevel on one side and flat on the other. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's not that the knife is crooked from factory or anything. It's actually just beveled on one side and flat on the other. So it's just chisel ground. I'm going to compare it to another knife I have. So this is the Recon Tanto, and it is actually pretty similar to the Cobin, but just different. It's like the bigger brother to the Cobin. So you take a look at it, obviously the Recon Tanto is much larger. The blade shape is just near identical, except the Cobin is just a little bit smaller. Recon Tanto is a lot thicker, much thicker handle. It's the same handle that's on the SRK. I really like the Recon Tanto. They're basically different knives. This could absolutely be a fighting knife, and it probably is meant to be as well, but it can also be a good survival knife, where this is really just meant to be a weapon. Like, this is through and through a weapon. And this is SK5 steel as well in this model, but you know, regardless of that, they're just different knives. You're not going to be, you know, conceal carrying this one, and this one you could very well do that. That's the Cobin, though. It's an interesting knife. I mean, the price of it now is, you know, pretty expensive. It's like $50 to $60 at full price. It's a lot of money. If you can get them on sale for like 30 bucks, it's cool buy. You know, if you're looking for a self-defense knife, like this is a good one. I wouldn't buy it for any other purpose, to be completely honest. Like, this knife is a weapon, okay? And you can use it for other stuff, sure, but I mean, you be honest with yourself, this thing is basically just a weapon. So, and the serrated blade, yeah, that's just, you know, that's what it is. After using this knife and slashing up some water bottles, I can really tell you that this thing is a joy to use. It just feels so good and quick. I don't have many other knives that feel like that. This is definitely has the purpose of a fighting knife. Like, when I was talking about how it wasn't so comfortable in the hand, that's for like just like a utility knife or bushcraft knife. You definitely would not be using this thing in a bushcraft scenario. It wouldn't fit. It's not its purpose. But holding it, slashing it around, the thin handle actually makes it super quick in the hand. It feels like you're not even holding anything. Wow, it's effective. That's all I can say.